Girlfriend of 8 years cheated on me. I've been with my girlfriend Asha for 8 years. I'm 33, she's 32. We met at a mutual friends party and clicked instantly over our shared love for indie music and late-night philosophical discussions. She was witty, charming, and had this infectious laugh that lit up any room. She made everyone feel special and was incredibly fun and adventurous. We've traveled together, supported each other through career changes, and even adopted a dog. Life felt perfect. When we got together, she said she'd only been with one other person sexually. It didn't matter to me how many people she'd been with, I just wanted honesty. However, I recently found out that her body count is 43, and she's been cheating on me throughout our relationship. This revelation came out during a drinking game at a friend's place. I was utterly taken aback and embarrassed. We had to guess each other's answers in the game, and I was confident she would say 2. But she said 43. I didn't want to start a fight in front of our friends, so I waited until the next day to bring it up. She denied ever lying to me and accused me of unfairly pegging her as some innocent angel. She had more guy friends than girlfriends, and her behavior with them always seemed more than friendly. Whenever I brought it up, she gaslighted me, making me feel like the crazy one for even thinking that way. Recently, she became very secretive with her phone, receiving late-night messages and quickly turning her phone away when I was nearby. When I mentioned it, she accused me of being paranoid and controlling. Last week, a close friend saw her at a cafe with one of her male friends, and their interaction seemed more intimate than just friendship. She was grabbing his leg, and they were almost sitting on top of each other. When I confronted her, she brushed it off as just catching up, again gaslighting me. This situation has left me feeling confused and insecure. I trusted her and believed in our relationship, but now I can't shake off the feelings of doubt and betrayal. I don't want to make unfounded accusations, but I can't ignore what's happening. We've had multiple discussions about her friendships with men, and each time she reassured me that they were just friends. Yet the secrecy and the way she interacts with them make it hard for me to believe that. I'm at a crossroads, unsure of how to proceed. Do I keep trusting her and risk being hurt, or do I demand more transparency and boundaries? Update 1. A few months ago, I came here asking if my girlfriend was cheating on me. Many of you said she was, and that I needed to confront her and end things. I did confront her, but let me give you some backstory first. I met my girlfriend, Asha, at a mutual friends party. We clicked instantly over our shared love for indie music and late-night philosophical discussions. We both majored in philosophy, though at different schools. She was witty, charming, and had an infectious laugh that lit up any room. I was drawn to her kindness and the way she made everyone feel special. We traveled together, supported each other through career changes, and even adopted a dog. Life felt perfect. Recently, I went through her iPad, which was connected to her phone. I found videos and pictures of her nude, which she hadn't sent to me. These were recent, yet similar to the ones she used to send me. I airdropped them to my phone for evidence. I checked her messages but found nothing suspicious. Then I checked her Snapchat and saw she had been messaging a bunch of guys, with some having long streaks. The saved videos and messages detailed their intimate interactions. I took screenshots of everything and decided not to bring it up immediately. I wanted to get my revenge and make it good. Update 2. I decided to expose her lies in front of everyone. We hosted a games night, and I invited the guys she was messaging, whom she claimed were just friends. During the game, I stood up and announced that I had something important to share. I connected my laptop to the TV and showed the screenshots and videos of her cheating. The room went silent and then erupted into chaos. Asha tried to defend herself, but the evidence was undeniable. I told her to pack her things and leave. She confessed to cheating throughout our whole relationship and admitted to being a serial cheater. I blocked her on all social media and changed the locks. Some of our mutual friends turned their backs on her, and the guys she had been cozying up to dropped her. Her professional life also suffered, with rumors of her infidelity spreading at her office. She was put on leave, and her career prospects were jeopardized. To anyone going through something similar, trust your instincts and stand up for yourself. You deserve honesty and respect in a relationship. Thanks to everyone here who gave me advice and support. Hopefully you don't hear from me again. Over and out. My wife mocked me when I lost my job. My name is Cole, and I was married to my ex-wife June for 2 years. From the first time I met June, I knew she was exceptional at everything she did. We met at work as recruits, and within months she got promoted because of her hard work. A year later, she left for a better offer, but there were rumors she had a fallout with one of our bosses. We remained in touch, and our friendship grew stronger. A year after she left, we started dating and eventually got married. Being married to June felt good, despite our frequent arguments. I provided for her, taking full responsibility for rent, groceries, gas, and other bills, while she focused on a business idea. Unfortunately, after 13 months of marriage, I was laid off. This changed many things at home. I could no longer afford to pay for anything, and had to depend on June until I found a new job. I submitted applications but didn't get any positive responses for months. I even tried menial jobs, but the pay was too low. June's attitude changed drastically during this time. She no longer talked to me with respect and constantly reminded me that she was taking care of the house. Our intimacy reduced, and she didn't let me touch her. I took over cleaning, cooking, and doing the laundry. I was hurt and heartbroken by her treatment. When I finally got a new job, things didn't go back to how they used to be. June became nicer and apologized, but the distance between us remained. One day I borrowed her laptop and saw a notification from her bank. Curiosity got the better of me, and I checked her earnings. I was surprised by how much she was making. Further investigation revealed strange purchases, including payments for hotel rooms. I printed out the transactions and cleared any trace of my snooping. The next day, June told me she was going out of town for a business meeting. I followed her to the hotel and saw her boss greet her with a kiss. I took clear shots of them together. I was heartbroken and mad. I sent the evidence to her company and waited for the fallout. When she returned, I confronted her and ended our marriage. She murmured something and left. Later, she was fired and called me, crying. I enjoyed listening to her cry and wished she had gotten worse. After our divorce, I moved on with my life. June's boss was found guilty of money laundering and having multiple affairs. I believe June was also having an affair with one of our bosses at our former company, which was why she was sacked. She hurt me deeply, and I'm afraid to fall in love again. I hope she gets all the misery she deserves. Long-term relationship ends in betrayal. I thought I had it all figured out. My girlfriend Megan and I had been together for nearly a decade. We met during our sophomore year of college at a campus event. She was beautiful, intelligent, and driven. We shared a passion for environmental activism, often volunteering for cleanup drives and awareness campaigns. Megan's dedication to our causes and her ability to inspire others drew me to her even more. We built a life together, blending our families during holidays and talking about our future. Little did I know, she had been hiding a devastating secret. We moved in together after graduation and continued to grow our careers. I worked in environmental policy while Megan excelled in marketing. We supported each other through job changes, promotions, and the ups and downs of life. We adopted 2 cats and created a home filled with love and laughter. We were the couple everyone admired, and I was proud of what we had built together. About 6 months ago, Megan started working longer hours and taking more business trips. I didn't think much of it initially, as she was climbing the corporate ladder. But then, I began noticing changes. She became more distant. Her phone was always on silent, and she started going out with friends I had never met. I chalked it up to stress and tried to be supportive, but the nagging feeling in my gut wouldn't go away. One evening, she left her laptop open, and a message popped up from a guy named Jason. The conversation was flirtatious and suggestive. My heart sank, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions. I confronted Megan, and she brushed it off as harmless banter, accusing me of being paranoid. I wanted to believe her, but the doubts lingered. A few weeks later, I found a hotel receipt in her purse for a weekend she claimed to be visiting her parents. My blood ran cold. I confronted her again, and this time she couldn't lie her way out. Megan admitted to having an affair with Jason, a colleague from her office. She said it started as a fling but had become something more. She confessed she had fallen out of love with me but didn't know how to end things. The betrayal cut deep. We had shared nearly a decade of our lives together, and it felt like it had all been a lie. I was angry, hurt, and lost. Megan moved out, and we divided our belongings. Our cats, who had been our babies, went with her. I couldn't bear to keep them, knowing they were part of a life that no longer existed. I tried to rebuild my life, leaning on friends and family for support. I threw myself into work and picked up new hobbies to distract myself. The pain slowly lessened, but the scars remain. Trusting someone again seems like an impossible task, and the thought of opening my heart to another person terrifies me. Megan reached out a few months after the breakup, asking if we could be friends. I couldn't do it. The wounds were too fresh, and the memories too painful. I needed to focus on healing and finding myself again. It's been a long journey, but I'm slowly starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. My high school sweetheart cheated on me. I'm 28 now, but this story goes back to my high school days. I dated my high school sweetheart, Lisa, for 6 years. We met when we were both 16, during a biology class project. Lisa was smart, funny, and had a smile that could light up a room. We were inseparable, and everyone at school knew us as the perfect couple. We went to prom together, graduated together, and even planned to attend the same college. College was a fresh start for both of us, but it also brought new challenges. We were both busy with classes, extracurricular activities, and part-time jobs. We saw each other less frequently, but we made it work. Or so I thought. During our junior year, Lisa started hanging out with a new group of friends. She became more secretive, often canceling our plans last minute and ignoring my calls and texts. One night I decided to surprise her by visiting her dorm with her favorite snacks. I knocked on her door, but there was no answer. Her roommate let me in, and I waited for her to return. When Lisa finally walked in, she was with another guy. They were holding hands and laughing, completely oblivious to my presence. The look of shock on her face when she saw me was unforgettable. Lisa tried to explain, saying it was a mistake and that she still loved me. But the damage was done. I felt humiliated and heartbroken. I ended things right then and there, walking away from the girl I thought I'd spend my life with. The next few months were a blur of anger and sadness. I couldn't focus on my studies, and my grades started to slip. I isolated myself from friends, not wanting to talk about what had happened. Eventually, I started to move on. I threw myself into my studies and extracurricular activities, trying to rebuild my life. I met new people, made new friends, and slowly started to heal. But the experience left me scarred. Trusting someone again felt impossible, and I built walls around my heart to protect myself from getting hurt again. Lisa reached out a few times, apologizing and asking for another chance. I couldn't do it. The pain was too raw, and the trust was gone. I focused on my future, graduating with honors and landing a great job. Life moved on, but the memories of that betrayal stayed with me. Cheated on by my best friend and girlfriend. This story is one of the most painful experiences of my life. I was 25, and my best friend Mark and I had known each other since middle school. We were like brothers, sharing everything and supporting each other through thick and thin. I met my girlfriend Emily at a friend's wedding. She was stunning, kind, and we hit it off immediately. Our relationship blossomed quickly, and we were deeply in love. Mark and Emily got along well, and we often hung out together. I trusted both of them completely. Emily and I had been dating for 2 years, and I was planning to propose. I saved up for a beautiful ring and planned a romantic getaway to pop the question. But before I could, my world came crashing down. I was at work when I got a call from a mutual friend. They sounded concerned, and told me they had seen Mark and Emily together, looking very cozy. My heart sank, and I felt a wave of nausea. I left work early and drove to Emily's apartment. When I got there, I saw Mark's car parked outside. I took a deep breath and knocked on the door. Emily answered, looking surprised and guilty. I pushed past her and found Mark sitting on the couch. The atmosphere was tense, and I could feel the betrayal in the air. I confronted them, and they admitted to having an affair for the past 6 months. They apologized, saying they didn't mean for it to happen, but it was too late. The damage was done. I was devastated. 2 of the most important people in my life had betrayed me. I ended my relationship with Emily and cut ties with Mark. The pain was unbearable, and I felt completely alone. I couldn't eat, sleep, or function properly for weeks. My trust in people was shattered, and I fell into a deep depression. Eventually, I sought therapy to help me cope with the pain. It was a long and difficult journey, but slowly I started to heal. I made new friends and focused on my career. Trusting people again was incredibly hard, but I knew I couldn't let this experience define me. I had to move forward and rebuild my life. Wife's secret life. My name is Chris, and I was married to my wife Sarah for 5 years. We met at a charity event and hit it off instantly. Sarah was a nurse, compassionate and dedicated to her job. We shared a love for helping others and quickly bonded over our similar values. Our relationship grew strong, and we got married after dating for 2 years. We bought a house, adopted a dog, and planned to start a family. Life seemed perfect, But everything changed when I discovered Sarah's secret life. Sarah started working longer hours, often coming home late and exhausted. I didn't think much of it, knowing how demanding her job could be. But then I noticed changes in her behavior. She became distant, always on her phone, and started hiding things from me. I tried to talk to her about it, but she brushed it off, saying she was just stressed from work. One evening I received a call from an unknown number. The person on the other end introduced himself as James and said he was Sarah's colleague. He apologized for calling but felt I needed to know the truth. He told me that Sarah was having an affair with their boss, and that it had been going on for over a year. I was in shock, unable to process what I was hearing. James provided evidence, including messages and photos, proving the affair. I confronted Sarah that night, and she broke down, admitting to everything. She said she felt neglected and found comfort in her boss. She apologized, but I couldn't forgive her. The trust was broken, and our marriage was over. We divorced, and Sarah moved out. The pain was unbearable, but I knew I couldn't stay in a relationship built on lies. Moving on was challenging, but I focused on rebuilding my life. I found solace in my work and spent more time with friends and family. I adopted another dog to keep me company and started volunteering at local charities. Slowly I started to heal. Trusting someone again is difficult, but I'm learning to open my heart once more.